Alright, well, I guess we can go ahead and get started. My name is Artemis, and I'm doing my country study project on the Netherlands. Before we get too in-depth with this, I would like to ask two real quick questions. How many people in here, by a show of hands, have been to the Netherlands? Okay. How many of y'all have traveled to Amsterdam? That's pretty good. Well, the Netherlands is a constitutional monarchy located in northwestern Europe. It is bordered by the North Sea, Belgium is to the south, and Germany is to the east. The current borders were established in 1839. People often refer to the Netherlands as Holland. Even the Dutch people use this name when they talk about their country, but unfortunately it's the incorrect name. Holland are the two provinces in the western part of the Netherlands, dividing the two parts as north and south. For my business opportunities, I'm going to be talking about tourism. The Netherlands has always been considered to be the perfect ideal gateway to the European market. Many international companies have a base in this country, enabling them to offer top quality service and quick deliveries to clients throughout the European Union and beyond. Some important factors are the location within the European market. The Netherlands is home to a number of excellent seaports and airports, and also the infrastructure is very well. But I think, of course, hands down, tourism in the Netherlands is the biggest business opportunity yet. There was a strong growth in the number of inbound tourists visiting the Netherlands in 2006. Many of the tourists come from the United States, Germany, and Belgium, are also the other two big providers of tourists to the Netherlands. Americans love the Netherlands due to the fact that 85% of citizens in the Netherlands speak English and rather speak English than Dutch. One thing Americans don't like is the inflation rate of the dollar and how it is doing poorly against the euro. Why go to the Netherlands? Is it because of the clogs, the tulips, or even the windmills, or is it because of other reasons? One of the most lenient states, I think, is the Netherlands. The Ministry of Health, Welfare, and Sport coordinates Dutch policy on drugs. I know I read an article the other day pertaining to the debate in South Africa whether legalizing cannabis could help cut crime costs and provide a substantial income and encourage tourism in this part of the world. The whole world, I would have to say, the Dutch model is the obvious one to follow, if not the only one to follow. Dutch policy on drugs makes a distinction between cannabis and hard drugs based on different health risks. The number of drug-related deaths in the Netherlands is the lowest in Europe, and this study is performed by the University of Lisbon. The court system in the Netherlands. The Netherlands has been a parliamentary democracy since 1848, a constitutional monarchy since 1815. Before that, it had been a republic from 1581 to 1806, and a kingdom between 1806 and 1810. The Netherlands is described as a constitutional state, which means a state with majority rule. For example, Belgium and Switzerland. The head of state is the monarch. At present is Queen Beatrix. Constitutionally, the monarch still has considerable powers, but really Parliament runs things. The Supreme Court of the Netherlands is the supreme judiciary body. It is staffed by 35 justices, a president, and 6 vice presidents whose principal task is to supervise and administrate the justice of the lower courts. Uh, once 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 a case reaches the Supreme Court, the facts of the case are no longer in question and cannot be disputed, just like the United States. The 19 district courts are divided into 5 courts of appeals: Amsterdam, The Hague, and 3 other districts that I can't pronounce the name to. Civil and criminal cases. The Court of Appeals deals with cases where an appeal has been lodged against the judgment passed by the district court. Its job is to re-examine the facts and reach its own conclusion in some cases. You may appeal further to the Supreme Court. The risk due to time constraints, I'm going to be talking about tourism as well. I think Americans are afraid of the euro anxiety, and this by far has hurt the European economy, for the fact that the lack of tourism has slightly decreased within the last couple of months. As far as contracts are concerned, I'll mention that briefly. Contracts or competition law, known in the United States, is antitrust law. Competition law is pretty much the same for both the United States and the European Union, especially the Netherlands. Since the 20th century, competition law has become a global issue. The 2 largest and most influential systems, like I had just said, is the United States antitrust law and the European Community competition law. This had played a major effect after the World War II and after the fall of the Berlin Wall, more so. These phases are gradually renewing as time goes on, and as the United States renews its laws, the European Union renews their laws. That's all I have as far as contracts, and I think that's going to sum up the whole presentation as well. Thanks.